This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now Duane Taves talks with Jerod Moyer about their cattle operation.
Duane Taves joining you once again on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with Jerod Moyer, north of Emporia, Kansas, here at the ranch. And Jerod, an opportunity to talk a little bit about your operation and some of the changes that you've made through the years. Certainly in the middle of the Flint Hills, grass cattle a big part of a lot of operations around here.
And they are a large part of our operation, Duane. And actually, where they become a large part is we start a lot of calves that later go on out to grass in the Flint Hills, and have done that for several years. Part of that has come about as the last 7 years or so, we've done more customer cattle in working with people we knew in the business, as well as new people that we meet all the time, helping them start those calves to go to the Flint Hills, as well as to wheat pasture and onto the feedlot.
Such a big part of the cattle industry, bringing cattle in really from around the U.S., getting them straightened out and ready to go to grass, and then take advantage of a year like this when we've had ample moisture and plenty of forage.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes. You know, I think I was talking to a neighbor that a year ago we already had all the corn silage, if you call it that, corn stover, already put in the pit and covered up. And now, boy, it's just still green and growing. And grass, it's a blessing to see it this green in August. And but we'll take it after the struggles we saw last year. Don't know if we want to live through another winter like we had a year back last winter, but we'll just wait and see what brings it.
Talk a little bit about your health management program. Obviously, when we bring calves in and get them commingled or hauled from a distance, we try and do what we can to make sure that they get the start and get their feet underneath them.
I think for us, a lot of it is the simple things, getting good feed into them, getting rest and things before we come in and process them really help them a lot. And then we have just a great group of products that companies are providing us to help improve the health of these cattle. Because of that, long haul, a lot of times stress of weaning, etc. And we're here just to help comfort them through that process and get them to know what a feed bunk is and how good Kansas living is.
I understand that some producers are looking at using some grass traps or a little bit more exercise for those calves instead of keeping them so tight. Is that something you've incorporated as well?
It is. About half of our capacity is grass traps, or what we'd call, and that's just a small 15 to 25, whoever's definition you go to on our operation, 15 to 25 acre grass area. We have both cool season as well as warm season grasses that we use in those, and we've just found it a very positive for the health of the cattle. Sometimes just getting them out, letting them have some exercise, and boy, if a calf can put his nose into something green any time of year, it just really helps their health, we think.
As far as that custom work, obviously we think about utilizing your resources. Was that kind of the main goal in that you had excess capacity?
It was, and actually where we looked at it was from the risk management side. Actually, several years ago when, we were seeing tremendous margins, and, when feeder cattle were selling well up into $2 plus, one evening I kind of said, I've been in this long enough, I know this may not last, that we started looking at how we could manage some of that risk. And so it came down, I could either visit with a broker or people in Chicago or talk to other cattlemen. And the numbers for our operation worked out about the same. And so we've really brought in some of that customer base to help us manage our risk and let them manage their own.
Well, our thanks to Jerod Moyer joining us on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau Update.